Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Philip Olmstein at the Ozark Chiropractic Clinic coming to you today. It's a cold, rainy afternoon. We got a week before elections come, so we'll all be glad when that's done with and move on. Whatever the results may be, let's just move forward and all do the best and work together. But enough of that and stuff today. Talking a little bit back to some of the aches and the pains, things that we deal with in the office here on a chiropractic level, and talking about hip pain today, because that's something we run into quite a bit of as patients come in complaining of hip pain, leg pain, that kind of thing. Now, there's different kinds of hip pain. The most common pain that we see from the hip involves what we call the sacroiliac joint. That's going to be this joint right here on each side of the sacrum, your tailbone, okay? And if you look at a person, it'd be this area right here on us. Hopefully you can see that and stuff. But that's going to be right there, okay? Now, that's a pretty common one we see there. The other kind of hip pain would be out here from where the ball and socket joint is, from the femur coming into your hip bone right here. That's a different kind of pain, which we do treat that and we see that. But let's talk about that one, what we call the sacroiliac or SI pain. Oftentimes, people have pain right there in the hips. Oftentimes, have you ever seen the dimples you have on the back side there you may notice above your hips? That's the top of the joint, okay? And a lot of times they can be tender or sore to the touch. So you'll have pain there. You'll have pain that can come across your belt line area down there in the lower back. It can even refer down the back of your rear end, and it can even wrap around the groin into the thigh and stuff. So you can notice that pain when the sacroiliac joints are involved. And now, how do you know what's involved? Well, that comes through if coming to the office and having a good exam done. A good consultation, a history, an exam, x-rays to figure out what is going on, make sure that is the cause of the problem. Treatment-wise, they're very easy. Adjusting sacroiliac joints is a very easy thing for chiropractic to do, and we get really good results with it too. Oftentimes, you'll notice this coming down, checking your leg length and telling you one leg's longer or shorter than the other. That's an indication that the sacroiliac joints have gone out of alignment, and that helps us determine how to adjust and what way to adjust. Things you can do at home for them. I always like in acute injuries, I like ice. I'm always an ice fan. I know it's getting cold outside, and putting ice on you doesn't sound like the most pleasant thing to do, but it works well. 20 minutes on, off for an hour. And remember, whenever you take an ice bag out of the freezer, always wrap a thin towel around so you don't put it directly on the skin. If you are going to do heat, we always say 20, 25 minutes at the most. Do not sleep on heating pads. Again, some we've talked about in the past, but just to review, do not sleep or lay on a heating pad when you use them, because it can cause pooling of the blood, and if it's on all night or long, you can burn yourself too. So we want to use the ones that turn off after a certain amount of time, and lean up against it or have it on top of you or sit up against it, but don't lay on top of it, okay? So avoid that. Things. Some exercise you can do to help stretch that out is the one called the knee to chest stretch. And you do it just like it sounds. You're lying on your back. You can be on the floor, you can be in the bed, whatever's easiest for you. And you basically would just bring up one leg at a time. And you're going to hold it like for a count of 5 breaths, I like to say. And remember, I'm doing this on the ground. I'm just sort of showing you, bringing your knee to your chest. So you do each leg individually and then both together, okay? And that's a good way to stretch those lower back and the hips that way too. I also like just keeping the legs straight and lifting one leg up at a time, just straightening out your leg and stretch those hamstring muscles, okay? And again, with any back exercise, if ever you do them, if there's any really increased amount of pain or pain that goes down the legs, you want to back off. Most of these are very simple to do. They shouldn't cause you any problems. If that ever happens, you just want to take it easy, cut back on it that way. So those are some things we can work on there. Changing positions, be in motion, avoid sitting still for very long periods of time, but avoid being on your feet long. So it's good to change positions when these things are bothering you. Move around a little bit, take breaks, that kind of thing. Change positions. That's always very important there. So I hope that gives you a little ideas of what to do for the hips and things. If you have questions, always call us at 667-5053. Check out the Facebook page. If you have suggestions about further topics in the future, please let me know. I'm always trying to find something that's interesting. I want to help you guys and be informative also too. But until the next time, I want to wish you guys a great day. Hang in there, and I'll see you in the future. Thank you very much.